Hi Cancer, and welcome to your monthly predictions reading. We're going to be looking at the month of September for you in today's video. We're going to have a look at what you can expect in the month ahead, starting with this tarot deck. I'm going to pull 3 tarot cards which will tell us the main themes your sign can expect to experience. We'll clarify with more tarot and oracle cards as well to get advice and information. Now, before we get into it, Cancer, if you're looking for love-specific predictions, I do those once a month. You have your mid-monthly one up from mid-August to mid-September. I recommend you check that out, especially if this reading subscribes, oh my days, resonates. Otherwise, I do recommend that you join the family and subscribe if it does resonate to stay informed of the next month love predictions reading. I usually have videos up on this channel every 2 weeks. So let's get into it. Cancer, please, Spirit. What can Cancer expect to experience in the month ahead? What can Cancer expect to experience in the month ahead? Okay, they're showing me the 3 of Wands first, but they also want to take out the 7 of Wands reversed. I actually thought that was the 10 of Wands when I first saw it. Interesting. What else does Cancer need to know about their month ahead? We have the Magician reversed. At the back of the deck, we have the 7 of Swords reversed. I'm getting this weird message about somebody around you in September. I feel like there is a character that you've got to really watch. Not because they're malicious, but because they're not honest. There's something about this person. It feels like they, at times, don't always tell the truth in the way that you may read them as being truthful. And this is only unhelpful because you shouldn't put their words up on a pedestal. It feels like you've got to be a bit careful about this person, and just double check your facts. I think that this is someone that usually garners a lot of respect and admiration, and they are someone who would usually, people would pay attention to and go, yeah, what they're saying is real. But I feel like for you, it's very important that you double check your facts and that you don't take what they say as gospel. Definitely just look into it a bit further. The way that you'll recognize this person is they're very charming. A lot of people respect them, admire them, look up to them in general. Wait, out. Yoda, that's enough. Sorry, I got a dog and he's very naughty. I do see there being issues with communication, and it could be that this person's energy is very here and there in the sense of they're not consistent with you, and you're trying to figure out, okay, well, how much do I actually believe or feed into this? But we'll get into that when we get to it, because it's more so coming from this theme. The 7 of Swords, at the back of your deck is concerning though, because it is saying that overall, the month of September for you is about getting your facts straight, getting the right information, and seeing people for who they truly are as well. Observing their character based on their actions, and not kind of putting people up on a pedestal and not drawing conclusions as well. It feels like you will need to really double check your facts, and just, try not to cling to promises that come from characters who have no history of fulfilling what they say they're going to do. So let's have a look at this first theme. We'll go look to the 3 of Wands. The 3 of Wands tells me that you're in this sort of manifestation energy. Look what's coming out first. The 7 of Swords. Clarify the 3 of Wands. You're in this manifestation energy of waiting for something to come together. We have Temperance. It could be that you've invested energy in August in this issue, and you're just kind of working on it and waiting on it to come into fruition. But it does give me this feeling, the 5 of Wands, of you feeling very optimistic about what the future holds, the Chariot coming out. And even though you may feel like you're waiting, I feel like you're not just waiting absently, like you're busy doing other things as well. The 5 of Cups, that's the 8 of Cups reversed. One more card for the 3 of Wands. There's a strong feeling of you having your eyes on the horizon and just kind of waiting for something to happen. It feels very stress releasing. So for some of you, this could include like you going somewhere or traveling a physical distance or being at a distance to something that you really want. The 7 of Wands was your last card, and we have the 10 of Wands at the back. This is interesting. For some of you, it's giving me holiday vibes. Like with the 10 of Wands here, it's like you want to alleviate burdens and an overworked feeling. Like I've just put so much effort into this, and you're waiting for that opportunity to kind of blow off steam. But the other thing is that I feel like whatever this is, it's symbolic of something bigger, a bigger theme that's going on in your life. And the bigger theme is that things need to progress differently in order for you to have more balance. It feels like you've got to be more mindful of your energy in September. You've got to be more aware of where your energy is going and of how you act around certain people, because the first 2 cards we have are the Chariot and the 7 of Swords. So it does feel like you're going to kind of go a bit MIA and hide aspects of your life from certain people. I see you kind of blocking people or not replying to people. I also see you being more aware of how people have been like this towards you. And so you're kind of reciprocating that energy and choosing to move forward towards things that aren't so sneaky and secretive and subtle, because it feels like you're trying to be loud and proud. And it feels like if anybody isn't loud and proud about you, you're going to take that energy elsewhere. But I do see you kind of slipping away and doing something discreetly so other people can't kind of see what you're up to or follow. We have Temperance and the 8 of Cups reversed. So I do see you guys trying to kind of go back to something that you may have walked away from prematurely. And while this doesn't feel like a relationship, it more so feels like you're coming back to the way that you may have been living before something distracted you and took you away from who you were. And it doesn't feel like it was that long ago, but take it how it resonates. It just strongly feels like you coming back into yourself and feeling more confident and feeling more like the person you were wanting to be a long time ago. So I kind of feel like a major theme here is healing and balance, and balancing your energy and giving your energy to people who aren't kind of purposefully ignoring you or being unhelpful in how they act around you. Like maybe you are really excited to see them and you're getting like 5% of your excitement returned from them. But I just feel like eventually, as the month progresses, this 3 of Wands has you feeling more optimistic because you're no longer entertaining. No, stop it. No, sorry, he's so naughty. Because you're no longer entertaining things that had you in unnecessarily challenging situations. Like that's what this feels like over here with the 5 and the 7 reverse. It feels like an unnecessarily overcomplicated situation, and I still see it blowing up again, but this time you're not a part of it. It feels like a friend group that maybe always has drama, or a person who always has chaos going on in their life, and it happens again to them in September, or the drama ensues again, but this time you're not a part of it. You're not putting yourself in there, and you're not going like, I'm gonna help you, or I'm gonna really push for you. It's like, well, actually this isn't my problem. And so I see your energy just being very focused on rebuilding some sort of routine that you had previously to all of this chaos, and it worked for you, and it involves you spending more time by yourself, but it is also raising your mood and making you feel better about yourself. So it feels like you're just trying to find what works for you and what isn't going to overburden you. I also see you working really hard towards a goal that you have set for yourself in the near future. 3 months could be significant for some of you. Otherwise, it just feels like it's going to happen before the end of this year. And so you can't deal with outside interference or other people's issues and drama. You're literally distancing yourself from that, and you are going ghost mode in order to make sure that your dreams come into fruition, your goals come into fruition. So what else do they need to know? We have transformation, the Death card. So I do see this being very internal at first, but the goal is for external progress. So Internally, you are shifting. If some things are coming to an end in order to make way for new beginnings. But externally, we are going to start to notice people disappear, routines start to change, energy being refocused into other areas of our lives. We're going to notice certain distractions fall away as you make room for these new beginnings in your life. So that is happening in September. But what is the advice for this theme? What is the advice for the Three of Wands theme? We have appreciation. So a lot of these confusing, chaotic energies are going to be less challenging and easier to manage when you put the focus back on yourself. Well, actually, this is not my responsibility. Like, I'm out here trying to clear baggage so I can embrace my new optimistic beginning. I don't need more emotionally challenging situations than necessary right now. And if it's not a part of my plan, it's literally not my problem. It's not me being careless. It's actually me being very careful about the amount of emotions I share with people, because my independence, my security is everything. Regardless of our connection, whether we are family or childhood friends, I need to do what's best for me based on how I am intuitively feeling. And I need to stick to my long-term plan, my long-term goal, and my routine that is helpful for my health and well-being. I need to make sure I'm not taking on other people's karma and that I am tying up my loose ends, paying attention to the bigger picture and being very careful about what I say and what I do so that I don't overgive and people don't take advantage of my generosity. And to make sure that if there is a tower moment of destruction and chaos, it is only affecting those who are directly involved. If it's not my problem, I have no problem moving away and being flexible to my own needs, routine, and desires. I do see you having a lot to keep you busy. Like, I don't think you need to worry about this. Like, I see you being busy, doing other things. I see you even traveling. I see you being passionate about other things. Like, this is just a theme to be aware of. So that's what I'm seeing for you with the Three of Wands. Let's have a look at the Seven of Wands reversed now. Interesting. You got it twice. There's all this frustration in this group. Cancer, you feel frustrated, but it's also about having outlets in the right ways. Some people are getting on your nerves. For those who struggle with boundaries, you're going to explode in September. You're going to feel like people are just pushing you too far, and you're going to want to isolate. So let's clarify what's going on. What is the Seven of Wands reversed about for Cancer? What is the Seven of Wands reversed about? We have the Nine of Cups upright. Okay. What is the Seven of Wands reversed about? We have the Justice card. What is the Seven of Wands reversed about? We have the Five of Cups. What is the Seven of Wands reversed about? We have the Eight of Wands reversed. What is the Seven of Wands? We have the High Priestess. Clarify the Seven of Wands reversed, Spirit. We have the Emperor. Okay. We've got some masculine and feminine energies out here. We have the Three of Pentacles. So I see collaboration. I definitely see you working on something with someone, but it feels very transactional. It feels mutual and it feels very official. So this could be a professional, or it's you just kind of amicably communicating with someone for the sake of maintaining some sort of structure or protocol or process. Like, even if this feels like it could even be an ex, and you just have to kind of get along for the sake of the court proceedings or whatever it is. But I do feel like you're going to have a fair situation, like something's going to go your way if you're dealing with a legal issue. But I also feel that for some of you, this is just about standing in your power and letting the loud people dig their own graves with their words. I feel like your actions need to be very receptive and aware. You don't need to overdo It's more about letting other people's destructive tendencies take over. It feels like you are working on something with someone though. So for a lot of you, this isn't about destruction. This theme, the Seven of Wands reversed, is more about you giving room for somebody else to step up, and recognizing that if it isn't working after so many efforts or tries or attempts or fears, then it may be important for you to delegate, or it may be important for you to get a second opinion from a professional. And this could be pertaining towards a business if you have one, or it could be about you learning your boundaries and learning the fact that, you know, any setbacks towards something that you're really wanting to achieve in September have to do with you needing more information, more confidence, and maybe more help. I feel like the theme here is about getting the right help, especially with the Three of Pentacles at the back of the deck. It feels like this is about collaboration and having the right people. I'm hearing many hands make light work. So the right people around to assist with this on a practical scale. Now, the Nine of Cups to the Eight of Wands reverse, it makes me think that there's a wish over here, something that your heart is set on that you really want to achieve. But with the Eight of Wands reversed, you're finding it difficult to regress it forward, only because things feel stuck right now, or they may have slowed down. And you're either needing more inspiration on how to move forward. You may have hit a creative roadblock, or you may be hitting a very physical roadblock, as in your energy is depleted and you physically can't do this anymore by yourself. And that's where I see you forming an alliance or a partnership with the Justice card and the High Priestess. This is about you being aware of who is helpful to you. So you may need to seek the information in a very kind of off the books way, looking for someone who you have a feeling would be well suited to this. It feels like it's not like a usual conversation. It feels like it's almost something that the case of you feeling this person out, if that makes sense. Like, the way that I could describe it is, instead of saying like, oh, I really need help doing this, are you free? It might come about by way of, you know, that this person on your friends list is very, you know, outdoorsy. They're always posting photos of them doing up their garden, and you need help in the yard. So you decide to message them without telling anybody else and say, hey, if you're not busy this weekend, would you be interested in helping me with my yard? This is what it looks like now. This is what I want it to look like. I thought I would ask you because you seem to be a green thumb and I like your projects. It feels a little discreet with this High Priestess, and it feels very much like you not kind of overshooting it, like not begging someone to do it, almost attracting them towards you, but also falling back on information that you already have and you already know, which is why I feel like it's not your first choice, but it's someone who is well suited to this partnership based on what you do know of them already. So there is a strong feeling of this working out for you, and of you getting support to be able to work through this, whatever it is, whether it's a creative project or whether it's a case of you feeling stuck in something because you're afraid or you've run out of steam. That's the only energy I could feel in terms of what this could be with the Seven of Wands reversed. It's either a feeling of not being confident enough and having fears about how this is going to progress if you continue to do it by yourself, or it's about you physically running out of steam and you can't physically do this by yourself anymore. With the Five of Cups and the Emperor here, I do feel like this will involve kind of giving this person a bit more control over the situation, and you allowing any setbacks or any emotional losses to kind of help change the situation for a better. I feel like there's someone kind of in damage control here while you're just kind of going, yeah, it's a mess, please help. You know, I see this changing the situation being very emotionally cathartic for you. And I see you maybe getting the chance to give some of the stress to somebody else to fix and help. But if it isn't just a creative project, it's a major theme of learning when to ask for help and kind of getting the right people in to work on something relatively stressful with you. I see the Emperor as someone who is really kind of planning this out and taking control of the situation and putting themselves in more of an authority position where they add structure to the process and they feel responsible for the outcome. Where with the Five of Cups, we may have felt like the situation was just a losing situation and it wasn't going to work out. So what else do they need to know about the Seven of Wands? We have the Ace of Cups reversed. So this has it's going up right now. This has a lot to do with being open and emotionally open and honest. So I feel like Spirit is saying, like, just don't be afraid to make that connection to somebody, to a friend, if to an acquaintance. It almost feels like you need to know that this could be the start of a new friendship. So even if you don't know this person very well, or even if you end up connecting with them in a professional capacity, I see emotions evolving because of this, like bonding. It may be that you don't have to have a deep and meaningful conversation about like why this hasn't worked out before their help, but they may just get the vibe like, wow, this person really needs my help. Like Five of Cups, they're going through something right now. This is really difficult for them. This grief is really difficult. They need my help. So don't be afraid to ask for help from someone who may be very authoritative, or almost like a parent, a father energy. Stoic, maybe very serious. They may not know what to say when it comes to heavy feelings, but they are a doer. They are someone who gets in there and does the dirty work in order to make sure that the outcome is successful. So what is the closing advice for the Seven of Wands for Cancer? Okay, your closing advice is focus on the success, not the setbacks. I think that this is mostly about getting you into the mentality of success, so that even if you experience challenges, setbacks, or changes that don't seem to be going in the right direction, it's important that you stay hopeful and that you don't give up. Victory is saying that you can have success over here, you can have your wish fulfillment, but you have to appreciate how your changing emotions, or how your heavy emotions are encouraging you to change your actions. If you're not happy with how something is working out, it is a clear sign to try another strategy, to try ask for some help, or to work on this situation with someone who can help you. I also see a just outcome being delivered to you, a win outcome. It feels like somebody else may need to go through a loss, but I feel like you are transitioning into the best case scenario. So I feel like this theme could also be pertaining towards a relationship that is struggling, a relationship that may have brought you a lot of joy and may be going through a change in September. And I feel like you're being encouraged to focus on your goals and to focus on new opportunities for love, in the sense of whether that's with this person or whether that's with the changes that you're going through. But I think that if it is about love, you may have more messages in your love reading. So I'm not going to really go into depth in this reading. Let's have a look at your last theme now, the Magician card. What is this Magician card trying to say to Cancer? Because I was picking up intuitively that there was an untrustworthy person. We have the Eight of Pentacles reversed. It could be a masculine energy. Gemini or Virgo placements. We have the Lovers card reversed, speaking of Gemini. Nine of Pentacles reversed. Clarify the Magician. Clarify the Magician, please, Spirit. We have the Five of Swords reversed. Father of Cups just flew out, so Scorpio's on the table now. We have the Tower card. Now, I will talk about significant zodiac signs, but I'm getting a lot of masculine energy in your reading. A lot of fire, a lot of air. We do have some water though. We even have you with the Chariot, Cancer coming out. At the back of the deck is the Daughter of Pentacles reversed. So what I'm seeing here is somebody is trying to take advantage of you and manipulate you into thinking something. It could be as extreme as gaslighting you and trying to say like, no, that's not what's happening. Trying to convince you that your version of reality is wrong. But at the very least, it is manipulative manipulative communication and distorted thinking with the intention to change your mind about how you're seeing this person and the situation between them. They're trying to play off your naivety with the Daughter of Pentacles reverse. This person is underestimating your wisdom, your experience, and your character. They think that you're a lot less mature, or they think that you're a lot more naive than you actually are. Now, I feel like with the Daughter of Pentacles reverse, the situation has either become stunted or you've outgrown this situation. It feels like someone who is much more advanced, trying to fit themselves into a tiny little beginner's, module, and you're actually at the point where you could be teaching the class. So I do believe that the situation is about how much loyalty, love, and compassion you have, because I'm seeing that the only reason you're even entertaining this is because there is a feeling of needing to be loyal to this person, or feeling emotionally invested in the situation and not knowing what decision to make about them and their character. So I feel like with the 8 of Pentacles and the 5 of Swords reversed, this is a situation in which we've hit major roadblocks. We can't really invest any more money, resources, time into this. But with the 5 of Swords reversed, we're having a hard time moving forward. We're feeling stuck. We're feeling like either we're the only ones that are trying or communicating anymore. And we're also feeling like we need to try something else. Like, these challenges are very difficult because somebody isn't opening up and communicating as much as they should. Someone may have prematurely walked away and they're regretting it and wanting to kind of backpedal in September. It could be the case of inconsistent communication or inconsistent information. One story changing into another story, and now you just don't know where you stand with this person. However, with the Lovers card reversed and the Father of Cups upright, it could be that our emotions are so heavily invested in the situation that we're struggling to see the situation clearly. I see selfishness here with the Lovers card reversed. I see somebody instinctively putting themselves first, but I also see somebody else making a distorted decision based on how they feel rather than what is right. I see somebody operating from a space of a fear and attachment rather than this is what is needed and necessary. So it does feel like we may be making a decision here that we could regret, or somebody around us is trying to make us think a certain way so that we can make a decision that is in their best interests instead of ours. With the 9 of Pentacles reversed and the Tower reversed, I do feel like this is going to be an unnecessarily prolonged process of destruction, chaos, and stress. I feel like the sooner you put yourself first and you both think of each other in terms of I am responsible for me, you are responsible for you, then the less chaotic this will be. It's only when you compromise your own security and you give more to the other person instead of yourself that you end up struggling and finding yourself in mess and in stress and really trying to put these pieces together longer than necessary. It very much gives me the vibe of like giving somebody the shirt off your back and then spending the rest of the day trying to find a way to clothe yourself, instead of just going like, it's not actually my problem. I feel guilt here, but I also feel like you're being severely underestimated. So let's get any other information about this. What else does Cancer need to know about the Magician? It could be a case of you babying somebody else too and underestimating them. And they're playing off your blind side, your sympathy. We have the 8 of Wands. So you need to know that the situation is a situation that could develop quite rapidly. Things could move very quickly once energy is invested. I feel like the 8 of Wands as accelerated motion is saying that this is a situation that will gain momentum in a potentially destructive way. It doesn't feel like something that could lead to the success that you're hoping. It literally just feels like a messy situation that becomes messier and messier. Why else is the 8 of Wands here? We have the Sacral Chakra. I do feel like you are under this impression that you need to do this for your own growth and for your own development. And you have this feeling of wanting to kind of invest energy from a need or somebody needing you to invest energy. It feels very needy, and it feels very destructive and manipulative. I wouldn't even say dependent. It just feels manipulative. Like, I don't think this person actually needs you, but I think they've led you to believe that they do. Very bizarre, and I don't think that message is going to apply to all of you, but it is a theme to watch out for. Manipulative people who have the tendency to make you think that they need you, and that if you're not there to support them, their life will fall apart. So what is the advice here for Cancer? We have financial constraints reversed. It's not your responsibility to be the financial support person. Seeing the need to really kind of back up and withdraw financial aid, especially because all the pentacles are reversed. This person will find another solution. There are other opportunities available to them, but they are choosing not to look at those adjacent possibilities for as long as they have you to rely on. I feel like this is about withdrawing physical and financial assistance. We have the 8 of Pentacles reversed. This could be about you even changing jobs from a workplace that was manipulating you into thinking that they need you and you need them. And I feel like this is about you focusing on your growth and focusing on your passion and focusing on you developing in other ways. I feel like eventually you're going to have to make a decision that is selfish, but it's not selfish in a bad way. It's selfish in the sense of you're putting your own needs first, and it's not actually a bad thing. It's literally about taking care of you. With financial constraints reversed, I do think the situation will be a lot less messier when you take out financial responsibility. When you kind of go, well, actually, this isn't my responsibility. But I also think that finances have a huge hand to play in this situation, and what is making it potentially very tricky. It could feel like you're dependent on this person financially, and therefore they're getting away with treating you in a way that is manipulative and making you think that you need them and they need you. And it's very distorted thinking, and it's very manipulative, and it feels like a lot of gaslighting. And it feels like a lot of unnecessary stress, unnecessary chaos, and just an unnecessary feeling of turmoil. With the Tower reversed, this is a situation that we should be rebuilding, but instead we feel trapped in the destruction and the chaos and the rubble. So your advice there is to really look at the financial aspect of the situation very carefully, very logically, and if you can, remove that financial issue or the financial aspect, so that you can be more aware of what else is going on. Or maybe the financial aspect is the issue, and that's what you need to be more aware of. It's not about your loyalty, it's not about the love situation, it's more about, well, actually the situation is using me for my resources. That could be what it is, sweet soul. But anyway, that's what I'm seeing for you when it comes to the month of September. I'm going to rattle off some significant zodiac signs for the month ahead. These are people who will probably play a significant role in your September month. People who are either Scorpios, Cancers, Sagittariuses. We also have Pisces, Libra, Aries, Gemini, and do we have anybody else? No, that's it. So keep an eye out for those zodiac signs. And if this reading didn't resonate 100%, you probably have messages in your sun, moon, or rising sign. It's highly likely that you have messages in your love reading as well. So go and check that out if you haven't already, or stay tuned for the mid-September update. Thank you so much for your time, your energy, your support, Cancer. I wish you a successful, prosperous, abundant month ahead, and I hope to connect with you in another video. Bye.